So actually today we're just going to talk a little bit about tithing. I'll be honest, I'm truly blessed to have researched. There's so much materials on tithing. Makes your head spin. And I got so many people. Dr. Carson tried to help me, give me his take on it. Jim Rigney, who's putting his job, his passion is to take all of Father's materials and make them into different orders. So he gave me materials, and it was wonderful to study and read, but it's almost too overwhelming. Because the bottom line with tithing, to me, it has to do with heart. So, I don't know if you tithe or don't tithe, and if you like to tithe or don't like to tithe, but, and also one Jew is not showing up today. He forgot, and he was supposed to give his testimony, but someday you can hear his testimony. But he has to go somewhere. And so this is going to be short and sweet. So I want to first of all just start with external about tithing. I guess you all know Susie Orman. She's a financial guru, right? A lot of people like her books, you know. And this is a little bit what she talks about tithing. Folks, today is just a little bit about tithing, and then about UPF. And then afterwards, if people want to get with John, he's talking about Famicon, because he went to Famicon in high noon. So if anybody wants to know more about that. So it's going to be a short service. Josh felt it was important to talk about tithing. So Susie Orm is a #1 bookseller about finances, and she's an advisor in New York. And these are kind of the things that she says, which I'm kind of surprised. Financial, she says, there is a pattern. She said she notices because she gives advice to people that are trying to make their money grow and trying to figure out how to take care of their money, put things in the bank, college, so many things. And she said she's noticed that there is a pattern. She says money is definitely spiritual. And that if we respect money, it comes to us. But if we disrespect money, it runs away from us. Yeah. And she says, also, one essential way to keep money is to give it away. If you want to have more money, give it away. And give to your favorite charity. So we can ask ourselves, what are we spending money on? You can ask yourself, what do you spend your money on?
Public.
On the public?
Yes, some.
Okay, well, what else do you spend money on?
Family, myself.
Family, yourself?
Public also.
Uh-huh.
Somebody else.
Somebody else? Mm-hmm.
Everything else.
Right? What else? How did you get here? Did you put gasoline in your car? Right, we had to use money. When we want to go to college, are we going to use money? Everything in America and in this world, in the old days, we would barter, right? We would barter. We would give people some flour, and they would give us, we would barter for return, right? We'd give them a product, and they would give us something, right? Even we have business bartering now. You give a service, right? You give flowers for something, right? But most of the time it's money. Money, money, money. Okay? So she said also, one essential way to keep money is to give it away. Give to your favorite charity. This is tithing in our terms. But financial managers have recognized this as a spiritual episode. So they realized in the financial world that money has to do with spirituality. Father, a long time ago, many, many years ago, he talked about, he was in Belvedere. Just want to read it if I can. Oh, I wish I knew all this one. Okay, Father, I'm going to read this. I remember many years ago at Belvedere, True Father and True Mother arrived for the Sunday speech. And during his speech, True Father told us they had been in a conversation with God and Satan. It was time when witnessing was rather difficult, and there was a lot of persecution in our church. So not so many members have been able to bring spiritual children. An agreement was reached between the three, God and Satan and Father, that if members could offer money, that would also serve as a condition for God to work and advance the providence. It seems like Satan agreed with that. True Father told us that anyone could raise money, but that was relatively simple. And so it was agreed that that could serve as a condition, even though there were not many good witnessing results. The reason why I'm saying this is, like I said, there's so many speeches, one after the other, about why important tithing is. But to me, it has to do with faith and trust and gratitude. So as we know in the principle, that money represents, guys? Okay, I got something for you two BCs. What did you spend money on this week? Name some things you spent money on.
Art supplies.
Art supplies? And is art important to you?
Yeah, very much.
Okay. And how did you get that money?
Financial aid.
Financial aid, okay. So are you grateful to the financial aid people? That's nice, huh? So you spent it on something that had meaning to you, right? Had value to you. And then what are you going to do with those art supplies?
I'm going to make beautiful artworks with them.
And you're going to make people sad or happy when you create art?
Hopefully happy.
Happy, right? So you used your money in a very nice way, didn't you?
Yes.
And we've got to thank your school, right? For allowing you to make people happy. What about you, young man?
I humbly put up the money from the financial aid people and wisely spent to educate in school.
Educate in school? And where do you go to school now?
While I'm attending a community college that wanted to nurture my academic experience.
And what will happen if you enrich your academic experience? What will happen to you?
In return, I would receive an associate degree.
And when you receive an associate degree, or a bachelor degree, or a master's degree, or a PhD, what do you think your life will look like?
It reflects on me positively and also contribute back to either community or at the national level.
So your brain will get bigger?
Yeah,
But is that important?
not only that, it's building compassion once you experience what other people have gone through, just to earn these recognition.
That's very wonderful. So what's your major? What are you going to study, you think?
It's really engineering.
Engineering. That's what Father did, right? Wasn't Father an engineer? Right? Father was an engineer. Yeah, congratulations. But to do all those things, you need money, don't you?
So,
Somebody has to support you, either the school or your parents, right?
that's right.
Darn it, we need money, right? But what you use that money for, and the final results, will also be what you just said, right? To enrich and make a better world, right? To do more, right? So we know, folks, that money represents the creation, right? All things. All things. But what I really like, this, I want you to think also about this for a moment. Okay, let's see, where am I? Okay, I have so many notes. I'm trying to just, okay. So remember, use your money for God, for heaven, and for the providence. And also remember that money has no power on its own. On its own. It's what you do with the money and that you can bring amazing, amazing results, right? Okay, so I want to share again. So for some of you, actually, that are really truly blessed financially, I want you to think about this. Because you get an opportunity, people that are really blessed financially, you get an opportunity to be part of the recreation process by giving money. We all have an opportunity to help in the recreation process by giving money. But tithing especially is good for people that are blessed with abundance, financial abundance, or much from the creation, but they don't have time or the inclination in doing the spiritual warfare. Some of you out there have been blessed with finances, but for one reason or the other, you're not doing so much on the spiritual realm, right? You're working so hard, you're taking care of your children, whatever it might be. So, by tithing and giving, you can participate in the spiritual warfare. So maybe you can't go out and you're not getting spiritual children and you're not doing so much you like to do on the front lines. But when you offer money, you are part of that spiritual connection. So what do we use money for here in our state? What do we use money for? Is it to go to the buffets? Is the pastor bought a nice new car? What are we doing with our money? Are we using it for anything good? You all tithe every day, right? Every Sunday you tithe. You have absolute faith and absolute obedience, and you tithe because you believe, right, that something good will happen with that money, right? If you saw John, using all the money in the wrong way, now Josh using the money in the wrong way, it might be hard to give money, right? If you see people misusing money, sometimes it's hard to give that away. So, for people that are having a hard time tithing, because this is not a judgment sermon, this has to do with heart. If you're struggling giving money, my philosophy is give it with faith. Give it and don't look back. Because whatever you offer, whatever you did, even if the person misuses that money, your offering was beautiful. Your offering was pure. Your offering was from your heart. So nobody can take that away from you. Even if somebody misuses it, because I know sometimes I hear rumors, all those Korean leaders are, gosh darn it, are spending so much money on those conferences. Those people, we give so much money and those people still aren't part of our church. And they still don't believe in true parents. I don't want to do that. I don't want to give money to that. But we have to remember, what was Father's standard all his life? Do you remember what he did? All those science conferences, all those Nobel laureates, and even now, what's the philosophy we were taught by Father? To give, let go, and don't think what you gave, right? And so we're constantly trying to raise up people. We're trying to give them an opportunity to go to a conference, to go to Korea, to love them up. We love them up so much, they felt like love bombs. They say, my God, I've never seen a church, I've never seen a movement amazing like this. But people don't understand what we're giving them is God's unconditional love that we were taught by Father to do. That's why they feel moved. Of course they feel moved by the divine principle, and their conscience starts getting bigger, and they realize, well, as leaders, maybe I better become a better leader. Maybe I better love my wife more. Maybe instead of loving my country, I will love the people in the country more. You know, but we have something that people never forget. They never forget when they meet us or they come to an event. So for me, you know, I just say, that's it. I'm not going to worry where it went to. And as you know, everybody, every year, Mr. Asada makes a wonderful everything where all the money went. We call it transparency. You can see everything that we spent in this church here in North Carolina. You can see it with your own eyes. And also headquarters gives us what did we spend it on. So if you're really concerned, look at everything, read everything. So I want to tell you another little story. Father said, he was talking about one day a man was walking on the road and a gold bar, fell to the ground in front of his feet. So what do you think he should do with it? All of a sudden he's walking and boom, this big gold bar, in those days, gold bars, just fell down. What would you do with it? What would you do with it? Would you pick it up and say, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. It belongs to me, it belongs to me. It's mine. What would you do with it? Father said. And Father said, you can't, the gold bar fell from heaven. And you can't claim it as yours. That would be wrong. You need to offer a certain portion of your assets to heaven, and this serves as a condition for heavenly protection to always be with us. So, somehow in America, money is important to us because we have to buy things. So that's why we give it away. So what is when you're driving too fast, the policeman stops you over? What does he ask? What do you have to give him eventually when you get a ticket? What does he ask you that you have to give him when you get a speeding ticket or a parking ticket? What do you do? What do you pay? Can you say, I'll come to your house and make you a chocolate cake? I'm sorry I was speeding. I'm sorry I parked there. What do you give? What do you give, sweetheart, when you get a parking ticket? Anybody got a parking ticket or a speeding ticket? What do they do?
Pay money.
Paid money, right? Darn it. So that's what we do. We have to pay money to they spank our hands a little bit, and they take from us something that is valuable. So money is valuable, but we have to remember always why it's valuable. Why is money valuable? And we in our movement, we know why it's so precious, right? We know it comes from blood, sweat, and tears. When John and I fundraise, we offer that money. We pray every time before we fundraise. And after we finish fundraising, we pray for all the people. And we thank those people for giving them. Sometimes I cry because people don't have any money, but they buy our flowers. And I think, those people don't have any money, but they gave it to us. So we pray for them, that goodness will come to their family, that happiness, that someday they will meet us again, and they will meet our true parents again. So money represents all things. So remember, never take it lightly, all things. And if you're having a problem, go to somebody that you trust and you can share with them. Get angry, talk about it, about what money means to you. But without money, we can't have conferences, we can't have Parents' Day, we can't put clothes on our back, we can't go to school, we can't love people. I had a very deep experience. We invited everybody to Shauna's wedding in America, and some of you came and some of you didn't come. But we spent a lot of money, which we didn't have. But Shauna, put some money in there too. But I felt so good doing that. I felt so liberated to have this beautiful dinner and invite everybody because of what God had given our daughter to be blessed by the Messiah. And also for all of you, I wanted all of you to really have a good time. And I just felt I felt like a rich person. I felt so rich. I felt so rich afterwards. Like I was the most richest person in the world. And it's the opposite of what you think. You think when you give money, you're going to be so poor. You're not going to have anything. But it's amazing. It's the opposite of what happens in your life. And I pray for all of you that you will have an experience that when you gave something away, something good comes to you. Or you can teach your children about things and about loving people and about giving things away to people. So, John, anything else I should say about tithing? I know I spoke too long already. That's good? Anyway, I hope you will continue to give because use your money for God, for heaven, and for the providence, for your family. Make your family happy. And when you take them out and do things for them, make them know that you love them. And when you give something to somebody, when you go over to their house and bring them cookies or give them a flower, know that this represents all things. And this is your hard work money, and you're investing and giving all things to people. So I could go on and on and on, but I am not. Okay, let me think. Is there anything else? Introducing people to Father's Word. And the last part, blessing comes when you give what you don't have. Without money, nothing gets done. So please think about it, and we will use, I know in North Carolina State, we use your money very, very wisely. I go to at least 5 or 6 stores before I buy something. I go to so many stores looking for the cheapest price before I buy something. I'm very, very serious about your money. And I want to believe national headquarters, and I see our leaders, I see Mike Jenkins and Stallings and Bishop Kim, and I see all these people going from almost every other day they're going to something, an event, flying, using our money for their transportation, trying to take care of brothers and sisters. They're using monies for Korea, so many events we're having. There's just so many things going on. And these are good things. And we need money. Remember Father's Sunwa ceremony? How beautiful it was? All those flowers. If some of you were lucky to go to Korea, all those beautiful flowers for Father, and he passed away, and for Foundation Day. And the offering table we do here, it's all used for the right way. So please trust, please have absolute faith, absolute trust, and absolute believe, and have faith, even when you don't see it. Okay, so now we're going to also talk about UPF. Hey, Johnny Pace. Now we're going to do UPF. You wanted us to talk about Universal Peace Federation. Honey, can you put the stick in? Let's talk about UPF.